Today's video is gonna be a little more different than what I've been doing. It's not gonna be sports, it's not gonna be sports related, it's not gonna be football related. This is going to speak about Demi Lovato and other celebrities that has gone through what she's going through or that has gone through addiction, period. On July 24th, TMC reported that Demi Lovato had overdosed on heroin. Now, at that point, everybody took to Twitter and they were saying, "Oh my God, I hope she gets better. I know she's dealing with mental health. After 6 years clean, she relapses, and yada yada yada." All this shit, right? Now, I have a question for you guys. Why does she get special treatment? Why do the people online, you, the fans, treat her like she is some sort of goddess? Yet, Boom Gang, I don't know exactly what he does. I don't know what his title is in the entertainment world, but he runs around, crazy, acting like he stole things. He didn't steal it. He previously purchased it, and then he did the video for comedic purposes. But when it comes to him, people scrutinize him so much. And now that he is going through addiction himself,
Even doing, yo, we buying Gucci shirts, we sleeping them on the floor, yo.
$1,000 shirt.
We gotta do better, boom. We gotta do better.
Yo, boom, get up, bro. Nah, come on.
Not like this.
and clearly he's not right up here. He's been tweeting out cries for help. And now yesterday he was shot twice. People are saying that he shot himself twice. I don't know. I don't know the whole story. Only he knows exactly what happened. Yet people are calling him a dumbass, a drug addict. People are making fun of him. So why is society like that? Why do you people treat Demi Lovato like she is this angel? Yet other people like Boom Gang, for example, he is treated with so much hate, so much criticism. Another example is Triple X Tentacion. I never listened to his music. I'm not gonna speak like I knew his music, but I did know what he did personally when he beat up the girl and they damn near killed her. And I'm not condoning what he did by any means. I don't condone domestic abuse or abuse, period. But people were saying it's about time he died. It couldn't have happened to a better person. He was no angel. All of this shit, right? We judge this guy based on his past actions. But Demi Lovato is not being judged by any of the things she has done. She is treated like an angel, like she can do no wrong, when that's not the case. She's been a coke addict, most likely alcoholic as well, and now she's in heroin. Why are we treating her like she is this angel? I want to ask that question. Even PewDiePie made headlines when he tweeted out a meme making fun of Demi Lovato's buying heroin and using heroin. Now, I want to know, why are we blaming, or is the media blaming him? Why is the media not blaming Demi Lovato for being a heroin user? Why? On her documentary Simply Complicated, Demi Lovato explains how she got into cocaine at the age of 17. And you don't have to believe me. Here's a clip from her documentary, and she is telling us, the viewers, how old she was when she got into cocaine, when she really started messing with heavy drugs.
My first time doing coke, I was 17, working on Disney Channel, and I was with a couple friends, and they introduced me to it. I was scared because my mom always told me that your heart could just burst if you do it. But I did it anyways, and I loved it.
As you've seen right there, she openly admits to loving cocaine from off the rip. 17 years old, as a kid, 17 years old, she openly admits that she loves cocaine. But that's not the curious part about this whole documentary. The curious part about her whole addiction situation is when she speaks about her dad and how he was an addict, how he was in coke and an alcoholic, and how it made him feel. And this is what she had to say about her dad being a substance abuser.
My dad was an addict and an alcoholic. And I guess I always searched for what he found in drugs and alcohol because it fulfilled him and he chose that over a family.
She saw this man tear his family apart because of his addiction, yet she wanted to know what he felt as to, you left us for alcohol and for cocaine, so there must be something there, so I'm gonna try it. That's dumbass logic, and there's no other way to put it. That is a dumbass logic. When I was growing up, my dad was an alcoholic, and he was an alcoholic up until I was maybe 12 years old, right? My mom left him, she divorced him. My stepmom separated from him because he wouldn't stop drinking. But then he realized something. I have a problem. I have to get my family back together. Okay, let's fast forward. I'm 28 years old right now. And I'm not gonna say that I haven't drank or I haven't smoked weed, because I have. I've smoked weed. I'm off of weed. I've been off of weed for about 7 years now. I used to drink, and I used to drink a lot. But then I met my fiance. We had our family. Now we have 3 kids. You know what I did? I stopped drinking, which is the only thing I did. I didn't stop drinking. I stopped heavy drinking like I used to. And you know why? Because I saw what alcohol did to my dad and to our family, mostly to him. It destroyed his first marriage with my mom, and my stepmom separated from him, and he could have lost his second family, my sister, which he has with my stepmom, and his marriage, period. I wasn't gonna follow in those footsteps because I saw how it made my dad feel. That's, when you grow up, your parents always tell you, I want you to be better than I was. I don't want you to be just like me. So I've never let my kids see me drunk. I barely drink anymore. Maybe have like a beer or 2 beers every now and then. And I do have a lot of alcohol, but I don't feel the need to gravitate towards it. So Demi Lovato, her logic right there is what I said, dumbass logic. Because you don't see something that tears your family apart and then just gravitate towards it because you saw your dad do it. No, if anything, you want to push that away as far as possible. Look, Donald Trump, his brother died from alcohol, right? He was an alcoholic and died as a result of it. Donald Trump, 72 years old, he doesn't drink and he doesn't do any drugs because he saw what it did to his family. And I'm pretty sure that many families in the United States and all around the world, period, are thinking the same way I'm thinking. We don't gravitate towards the thing that split up our family to begin with. So I cannot sympathize or empathize with Demi Lovato because she saw her dad drinking, so she wanted to see what was there. That's not how it works. If you see that it tore your family apart, you stay away from that. All right? So I cannot. So I don't sympathize with her at all. And for those of you who do, you need help, because it's not right. Something tore your family apart. Let's just go head first right into it. Who would do that? Who would do that? I don't get it. I don't get it. One of my biggest issues with Demi Lovato is the fact that when she went to treatment for the first time, she took it as a joke. All right, she was still using drugs even when she was with the in the rehab treatment program with the sober companions, and she just didn't care enough to do better for her, let alone the people around her. She even admitted to doing drugs right around her sober companions. She admitted about smuggling drugs on planes, in the planes and everything. That's why I cannot take her seriously. That's why I don't take that she is trying to do better for herself, because she never has cared about it. I mean, here she is again talking about it.
I was either craving drugs or on drugs.
She is nasty.
I was not easy to work with. I was using while I had a sober companion. And I went through about 20 different sober companions.
She admitted herself that she went through 20 different sober companions, because the only reason that happens is if you really don't want the help. You cannot help somebody who don't want to help themselves. And she has been doing this to herself. The people are saying mental health this, mental health that. No, she just never really wanted to get cleaned up. And she admitted herself she loves drugs. But yet in the public eye, she can do no wrong. Look, when Michael Jackson was accused of sexual abuse in 25 years ago, in 1993, he was ostracized by the public eye. He still is till this day. Yet it was proven that he didn't do any of the things he was accused of. The dad of the kid set the whole thing up. There was audio tape evidence that the dad of the kid set the whole thing up. Yes, till this day, everybody looks at Michael Jackson as a child abuser, as a pedophile, if you will. Yet it's not true. But Demi Lovato is well documented in history that she has been struggling with addiction for the past so many years, and she keeps relapsing and not taking it seriously. Why? Because she loves doing drugs. And I cannot get behind her for that. And people are saying, oh, she has helped us. She has helped so many of us. How? All she does, what she's really good at is hiding it. She is good at hiding it. That's the difference right here. Boom Gang, the reason he's ostracized is because he is laying on the street flat, passed out, blacked out, either high of his mind or drunk off his ass. But Demi Lovato, because she can hide it well, even when she would do performances, she would be drunk. American Idol, she did him hungover. Just because you don't see it in the public eye, doesn't mean that it isn't happening. She knows how to hide it, and that is the problem right here. She is not being held accountable for her actions. Not you, the fans, or her camp. Nobody's holding her accountable, and definitely not herself. She's not holding herself accountable for all the fuck-ups that she has done, and that is why till this day, she keeps relapsing. That's why right now she's in a hospital bed, relapsed on heroin. And that's what the problem is. She needs to be held accountable for her actions. She does not need defended. She needs held accountable. Maybe that way she will get it through her head that it is not safe for her.
I wasn't working my program. I wasn't ready to get sober. I was sneaking it on planes, sneaking it in bathrooms, sneaking it throughout the night. Nobody knew.
This is an 18-year-old who's totally outmaneuvering adults.
I went on like a bender of like 2 months where I was using daily, and there was one night where I used a bunch of coke and I popped a few Xanax bars, and I started to choke a little bit, and my heart started racing. And I remember thinking, oh my God, I might be overdosing right now.
And as you can see from that clip, she wasn't ready to give up drugs. And it is not the first time right now that she overdoses. Well, it might be her first time. I'm not sure, because like I said, that she was very good at hiding it. But she has felt the overdosing feeling before, yet she didn't care. And I get it. You guys are gonna say, "Oh, she's bipolar. She's dealing with bipolar disorders, mental health." Well, she's not the only one that has dealt with bipolar disorder. All right, Catherine Zeta-Jones has dealt with it. Russell Brand dealt with it, and guess what? Russell Brand was an alcoholic as well, but he has been sober since 2002. That's 16 years. He was an alcoholic and substance abuser. He was ready to give it up, and then the biggest of them all was Winston Churchill. Winston Churchill dealt with bipolar disorder, and he is one of the greatest world leaders that the nation's ever seen, and definitely England. So that is not an excuse, because when Whitney Houston battled with crack, she was called a crackhead. When Cat Williams fought a teenager because he was on drugs, he was called a crackhead. Tentacion was killed. People didn't give a shit about that. People didn't care about his cry for help. All he cared about was that he fucked up in the past. What he did to that girl when he beat her up. Nobody cared about any of these people. If you went online, all you see is people making fun of them, people not caring about them. In Tentacion's case, people saying it was about time. So no, I don't feel any empathy towards Demi Lovato, because ultimately she did this to herself. And then her camp is saying that no, she didn't OD on heroin, but yet the cops said it's an apparent heroin overdose. And the thing with this is, even she declined to say what drug she was on. And I'm gonna show you why. I'm gonna show why right now.
I was in Colombia. I was on the Camp Rock 2 tour. And I invited a bunch of people to dinner, my band and my background dancers. I paid for all the alcohol. Somebody ended up getting weed. I was on Adderall, and we had trashed the hotel. The hotel was like threatening us. They went to some of the dancers and asked what had happened. And I think they told on me for using Adderall. Somebody told Kevin Jonas Sr. and Phil and my dad. I was very upset. I couldn't believe that it happened. Now it was out that I was on Adderall.
That's exactly why she didn't tell the paramedics that what drugs she was taking, what drugs she OD'd on, because she doesn't want the public to know who she really is. That's she always keeps things on the wraps, because she don't want her public perception to be ruined. And I am sorry, I cannot defend her. I cannot be one of these blind people who defend celebrities, because she did this to herself, and I am sorry, she did it to herself. She was mad back then when she was younger that she was on Adderall and that it got out to the public, and she's mad. She declined to say now what she was on, what she OD'd on, because again, it's going to get out to the public. So that's why I don't feel bad for her, because she just wants to keep things under wraps. That's why I cannot feel bad for her, and I am so sorry, but I can't. Yesterday I took to my Twitter and I put this poll out just because I wanted to see what people say. I said who matters most. So I tagged Demi Lovato, Boom Gang, Michael Jackson, Cat Williams, Whitney Houston, Eminem, and Selena Gomez. These are people that have dealt with their own kind of demons and addictions. And 33% of people said Demi Lovato. 33% of people. 55% of people said we are all created equal, and then the other two options are insert name here. The reason I did this is because as a society and as human beings, we are supposed to have humanity for other people. Therefore, we're all created equal should have been the only option that people voted and selected. But no, 33% of people voted for Demi Lovato. She matters most, and that's how people feel. She matters more than Cat Williams, Whitney Houston, Eminem, and Eminem is well documented. He had a pill addiction. More than Michael Jackson, who is the greatest pop star of all time, the king of pop, and more than Selena Gomez, which we know has lupus disorder and also had an alcohol addiction at one point. Yet, to these people, to the people out there, to 24 people who voted in this poll, 33% of those people, Demi Lovato matters most. And I cannot get behind that, because we are all created equal. All right, she has painted this picture perfect paint of herself, and it is not true. This little illusion is not true, and that's why I cannot get behind her. But that's my take on this whole Demi Lovato situation. I don't get behind her. I can't get behind her. I cannot support her. I cannot get behind her fans that think that she matters more than other people. They practically, when they voted her, they said that Demi Lovato matters more than me, matters more than you, matters more than everybody on this planet. And that's simply not true. We are all created equal. Just because she's a celebrity doesn't mean that she's better than anybody. Because there are tons of homeless people right now out there on the streets that are going through exactly what she's going through. And guess what? Nobody gives a damn fuck about them. Yet, because Demi Lovato is an artist, is somewhat famous, somehow she's better than they all are. They don't think that they're going through the same thing. No, what they see them and they say, oh, you homeless piece of shit, you did that to yourself, you're a bum, you're an addict. Yet they turn around and praise Demi Lovato, who is exactly the same as that homeless piece of shit that is right there on the street. She is exactly the same as they are. Just because she has money and fame and status doesn't make her any better. But I'm just gonna end it on that. I will probably receive a lot of hate for this video, and honestly, I don't care if I receive hate. The dialogue has to be out there. This has to be put out. The fact that we as society put these people in a pedestal. That's why I always said I don't idolize anyone, because of reasons like this. People, your idols will let you down. Therefore, kill them all. Kill your idols. And on that note, I am out of here. If you like the video, hit that like button. Do not forget to subscribe. Hit that bell. And until next time, I'm out of here. Peace.